Well, it's 11:34, beginning of Ed and Rich's excellent adventure. It's Friday, July 18th, and we're sailing to Chicago. We'll do that today. Tomorrow and Saturday we plan to sail the Chicago lakefront, stay 2 nights in Belmont Harbor, and then Sunday we'll come back up to Waukegan. So it's 11:34 now. We got the sails up. Breeze is coming mostly about the south-southeast right now, so we have to probably do a little bit of tacking. It's supposed to change out of the southeast, so if it does that sooner than later, then we'll be okay. It's 11:47. We want to be sailing on a course of 158 degrees. Can't do that right now because the wind is pretty much coming right out of that direction. So we're doing about 170. Doing about 3.5 to 4 knots. Well, it's 12:53. We're having the point very close to land. Wind's coming directly out of the direction in which we wish to go. And we're only making good about a knot. So if things don't change here, we're going to have to put the engine on. Otherwise, it's going to take 24 hours to get down there. Well, it's 1:10. We just turned the engine on. Dropped the Jenny. Got the main up still. We weren't making any headway towards Chicago. We're making an average of maybe 1 knot in the direction that we want to go. At that rate, it would have taken us about 27 hours to get there. So, the winds, like I said earlier, are supposed to change a little bit in the afternoon. If they do, that might be good for us. But for now, we're at the motor. Got a little bit bumpy now that we got the engine on, and we're heading directly into the wind and into the waves. Waves aren't big, they're about 1 to 2 feet the most. But in typical Lake Michigan fashion, the frequency is pretty short. From our Wilmette mark. Well, it's 4:35. We're right abeam of the Vaihi Temple in Wilmette. It means we're about 16.5 miles from Waukegan. We're going to be making a turn into heading towards Belmont Harbor here in a few minutes. We should be able to sail right the rest of the way in. Wind looks like it's going to be okay. Well, it's 5 o'clock, 5:05 actually. Finally got the wind in the right position for us to sail right into Belmont. Course of 171. We're doing about, what, 4 knots? 36, 38, 36, 38. We're doing about 4.2 knots. About 5.5 miles from our next mark, which is just outside Belmont Harbor. Should Get there in a little over an hour. It's like a B, what, 29 maybe? 29. About 6:06. We're about 4.2 miles, I think. Yeah, about 4.2 miles from Belmont Harbor. Been able to sail for the last probably 9 to 10 miles. So that's much better than motoring. But most of the way coming down, wind was right off the nose and we had to motor. But it's always good to get down. Have the city at your horizon. Well, it's 6:25. Just the beam of the Montrose breakwater light. Only about a mile and a half from the Belmont Harbor entrance. Belmont Harbor entrance from this angle is kind of hard to see. You can see the boats coming out, disappearing, and going in and disappearing. They go behind that breakwater. I think one's getting ready to come out right now. Well, it's 6:55. We're just abeam of the Belmont Harbor entrance. Gonna get ready to drop the sails and head on in. Well, it's 7:05. Just got the sails down. Getting ready to head into the harbor entrance. It was a nice sail once we were able to turn a little bit south-southwest. D8. This D18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8. Somebody's in 8. Well, it's 7:20. We just tied up, but somebody was in our slip. We were supposed to be in D8, and there was a motorboat in that spot. So now I got to go down to the harbor master and see what they want to do with us. Well, nobody on the boat that's in our spot, so they moved us over to E29. We were in D8, so we just got to go down and around. Well, this is just great. We just moved over to E29, and there's somebody in there too. They say they're a yearly resident of that. Been there for a whole year now. So I got to go back to the harbor house, or the harbor master, and see where I can go now. This is getting ridiculous. Well, because E29 was occupied by somebody, apparently somebody that's there year-round, the harbor master realized that they assigned me the wrong number. They wrote down E29. It says E29 right there, but it should have been E26. Just so happens that when E29 was taken, I parked in E26, so I don't need to move again. That's a good thing. But frustrating.